Well, good morning from Burundi. So I hope you are ready for an adventure today. We are in the capital, Bujumbura, and we are going on a trip around the country. So Bujumbura is kind of the economic capital of the country. This is where the airport is. And we're going to be getting in a car, which is just outside, and we are going to be heading to Teza, where they grow tea and have tea fields, a very interesting place in this country. And then after that, we're going to be going to Gitega, which is the political capital of the country. And then from there, we're going to be going to the famous drumming ceremony, so well known for Burundi. This has been a really incredible country. I've been here just one day so far. I've really enjoyed myself, but I am excited to take you on an adventure across this country to see the serene beauty here. So let's get going. And look who we got with us today. Say hello.
Hello.
So we got Nike here, my beautiful wife. And this is the car we're taking to head on this adventure across the country of Burundi. It's the second smallest country on mainland Africa. No, that's not true. I think Rwanda is the second smallest. We'll have to get the actual fact. Give me a moment here. It's one of the smallest though. I knew that for sure. So here's our car. And let's get going. So Burundi is actually the 5th smallest country in Africa, just slightly larger than Rwanda by like 1,000 square kilometers, which is interesting. So fifth largest country in Africa. You want to see it? So yeah, Burundi's an interesting place. They're currently going through a fuel crisis, meaning there's not a lot of fuel at the petrol stations. Essentially, a lot of the petrol stations are closed and there are long lines.
So Seychelles is the smallest, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So a little background on Burundi. It's kind of a country has some political troubles, and so there have been sanctions against it, and that has caused some of the fuel crisis, but also some of it is their own doing. It's considered one of the poorest, if not the poorest countries in Africa, and they have very little exports, and so lack of foreign currency puts it in a situation where they aren't able to really buy fuel. And so fuel is extremely expensive, and we actually saw yesterday people smuggle it in from Congo where it's significantly cheaper. They bring it over the border in jerry cans and they come and sell it here. So a liter of fuel here is like maybe $2 or $3 or something. So like maybe a gallon, if you were to consider in the US, is like $10, $11. So it is quite expensive, especially for them. It's not ridiculous. You know, that's kind of like the price in some places in the US and California. So but it is very expensive for them. And what you'll actually see is a lot of people just end up walking. So what's interesting is there are not so many cars on the road. There's not a lot of traffic here, and people are just walking along the side of the road because for them, the transport is too much to get places, even taking buses and public transport. Some of the buses don't even run. And so that kind of creates the situation and the context here. So we're getting off on our adventure, and we will check in at the next spot. Well, we have reached Teza in the mountains here, surrounded by tea fields, and we are outside of the tea factory, and we're going to try and figure out if we can go in or see something. So reception this way. So this is where they produce the tea. Maybe they bag it or something like that, and we can see the tea being grown around here. So we'll go in and ask and try and figure out what's going on. Welcome to the beautiful tea fields of Teza. So we see this plantation. They have 1,600 hectares of land, and you can see the green tea that is growing here. So we got our tour guide. Say hello.
Yes, hello, hello.
So we have our tour guide. They have some guides that you can hire out to give you a little bit of a show around the tea plantation here. So we're gonna get started on our tour.
Yes.
So this is the tea, and they pick it, and then it, how much per kilogram?
Is it 105?
105
Yes.
Burundian franc for a kg of this tea. So you see him come around here.
105.
Yeah.
Not 105,000
He told me 105.
per kilogram.
Yeah.
So like how many
That's
kilograms?
very little money. So how much is this?
So this is 105 Burundian money per kilogram.
Here is the
Then this is like a bag.
is 10 kilograms.
This is like 10 kilograms.
So he'll get 1,000.
Yes.
This is 1,050
50.
for all this tea.
That's like yeah,
And 1,050.
20, less than 20 cents.
Yeah, it's about 20 cents. Yeah.
Wow, so 20 cents for one of these big things of tea. You can see them.
They go and make it into the powdered form.
So he's picking the tea now. And he picks the ends. You see them, just the ends here. So that way the plant keeps regenerating. Wow. So we've attracted a bit of a crowd. We've got everyone behind me here. All joining us on our tour, but we got our guy picking it here. We're actually in the fields right now. And it's interesting how you have to walk through it. There's like, the roots are very, very thick in here for the tea bushes, but there are little paths. And you can kind of walk on the line, so you don't have to break roots or anything to get over them. But yeah, out here in the tea fields. So we developed quite a large crowd behind us, but said goodbye to them, continuing on our tour. And so he's telling us roughly 500 people work here. And so as you could see, they're picking that tea, putting it in those bags, and getting not that much money per kilogram. But they have a factory, and that's where they put the tea together, bag it and everything. And there's 5 of those in this country. And one of them is here at the Teza Tea plantation. But it is so beautiful. I just can't get over how peaceful it is. Just serene in this country. Absolutely amazing. So as we're continuing through the fields, you see these are sort of cut down. All these are cut recently. You can see kind of the branches here. And so they're doing that to regenerate the field, make it healthier, let it grow back again. That's what our guide was telling us. And so yeah, you see this area, not a lot, but then more tea down here. So our guide was telling us that the typical person here makes about 4,000 francs a day. And so, you know, when we saw those bags, assume those bags are about 1,000. So maybe 4 of those bags is what they can pick in a day. And so 4,000 francs, to give you some context, is about 6,000 francs to the dollar. So that's less than $1 a day that they are making here. But at the same time, they don't have much, but very kind people living in an extremely peaceful and beautiful environment. And it's just interesting. It just shows you, you know, a different perspective on things, to be making something like 75 cents a day here picking tea. But it is so beautiful. I can't get over the view. So this is actually how they cut them down. He's just slicing off close to the roots, but he's not actually taking the roots out or anything. And then this is a field that's been cleared. We have made it to Gishora, And this is where they do the famous Burundi drum ceremony. You've been here before, right?
Yes, I've been here. I came here like a week ago.
And what's it like?
Yeah, it was good. A lot of drummers, you know, entertaining us. It was quite, entertaining. I really enjoyed myself.
Highlight of the trip
Yes.
for Burundi? Yeah.
Yes, highlight.
That's what a lot of people say. One of the coolest things you can do in Burundi is come here and watch these drummers. And so there's apparently like 50 of them. And they do a big show for us. And it's like one fee for the show. So no matter your group size, you pay and they'll do the show for you. So we can show you inside. They've got their drums in there. And they've also got different drums you can buy here. Souvenirs and things. Very beautiful. So he's calling the drummers to come over. So we'll go see what he's doing. Okay, so you were calling them. Okay.
Huh?
On that. Can you do it again?
Yeah?
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah. Ngira one.
Yes.
This is how he calls them. Okay.
Next year.
Yeah, go. Wow.
Yeah, he finished.
That was intense. Yeah. He's a strong man. Wow. I was not expecting that. So yeah, the drummers are coming and the show will be beginning soon. It was maybe an hour and a half drive from Teza to get to here. And you can see our car here. It's got quite a lot of dust on it now. We've been taking some dirt roads. It's kind of the main roads are paved, but a lot of the roads are dirt, kind of connecting between the main roads. And so we went on a dirt road to save some time, and it's pretty dusty here. So this is the stage where the show is going to be held. You can hear the drummers practicing, and then this is the main area for the show. And so we're sitting a little further back to be in the shade, but we'll still get a nice view. It's just us, right?
This is the king.
Yeah, welcome to Gishora. We're here for the show.
This is the king,
Yes,
the former king. Okay.
Who live in here? Yeah.
Who lived here in that place?
Yes.
They lived in those little huts, and he was telling me that the king had his own bed, and then there was a man who would sleep under the bed, and when he was having sex with the queen, the man under the bed would clap, and that was his purpose. So, kind of, I don't really understand why, but there's a lot of things they could tell you, and that's the one thing they decided we needed to include in this tour. So, the more you know about the king and the person who claps for him. Well, we're finishing up the show. That was really cool. And we're gonna be heading back to Bujumbura now. Definitely would recommend coming out here. It was interesting, I saw the logbook. There are some foreigners here like every single day. We're obviously the only people here right now for this show, but they had some French people that were here earlier in the day. They had some Russians yesterday. So I think they get a couple of tourists here every single day, and then they just call up the people and they come and they do the show and then they go back. The show is like 15-20 minutes max, so it's pretty short, but it was really cool. One of the highlights, things to do here in Burundi. So now we're getting back in the car. You see we've got a gallery of people watching us. But we're getting back in the car, and then we're gonna go back to Bujumbura, and we didn't really have the time to see Gitega, but I don't think there's that much to see there, and we're trying to conserve our fuel, so we'll head.
Fuel is very expensive here.
Yeah, we'll head right back. Yeah, we're paying like $10 a gallon on fuel, so we'll go to the main city, and maybe. Well, we are back in Bujumbura, and we're out here in Buiza. Buiza is the real local neighborhood here in Bujumbura. Give you a little view. What it looks like. And so I just had some local meat called michopo, and it's basically like grilled meat, very similar to what they have in like Nigeria, Mali, Niger, all these countries. But we're trying one more spot. We're gonna get a Rolex and then head home after this very long day, but fun day, cool day exploring Bujumbura. But if you wanna find the real Burundi, come to Buida, one of the cool neighborhoods here, real local spot. Oh, look at him go. This is the Rolex here, the best Rolex. They even say, it says King of Rolex. King of Rolex. So they're making it out here. These guys are cooking up some Rolex. I'll show, maybe I can see how the finished, okay. This is okay. This is where they're finishing them up. Oh, so this is the finished. Okay. Okay. Let's see, that's with the egg, without the fries. The fries are down here. This is with the fries. And we see them. They're preparing them over here. Starting with the bread, rolling them out. The chapati over here, and that is the Rolex. All right, so we've got the Rolex. Those guys are known to be the king of Rolex here in Bujumbura, so some of the best of the best. So let's give it a try. It's very delicious. I like the onion flavor. It's a really nice flavor. I would say the way it's made looks a little questionable, but the taste, surprisingly good. Well, it is time to leave Burundi. Have you had a good time?
Yeah, I had a great time again.
It's your second time here, huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I would definitely come back.
Oh, good. Well, Burundi, yeah, I like Burundi. I don't know if I'd come back. Mainly because I've been here now, but I like it. It's a nice country. I would recommend Burundi. It was a good visit. Beautiful. I think the people are nice, and it's an interesting place to visit. But most of all, my favorite part was those tea fields. It was so beautiful there. The drum ceremony was really cool, and just the chilled atmosphere. It's got a kind of, it just feels kind of old. Everything's kind of like from a few decades ago here. It's kind of cool. It's a cool vibe. I'll give you a view outside. But yeah, that's Burundi, and we had a good time. So we're on our way to the airport, and then we are next flying to Nairobi.